H-Town, what's up? You know what time it is. It's time for the best 120 minutes of your day. The Chop Shop, the nation's #1 urban sports talk show, and also your midday sports happy hour. Yours truly, Robert Hatter alongside Jim Hicks, sometimes Chris Walker, coming to you live from Houston, Texas, but we're broadcasting all over the world via Facebook Live and YouTube Live. And today is Tuesday. Interesting day today. Interesting day. Can't wait to attack what we had going on last night. Great day for Houston last night. Let's see. Just making sure I got everything. Let's see. Make sure I got everything. Did I do that? Yeah. Okay. Last night. What's up, everybody? Hey, let me see. Let me talk to my starting five. Oh, hold on. Let me see. Who I got? Who I got? Oh, wait a minute. What happened to that starting five? Let me look. I see some that's not there, but let me see. Let's look at Rod Wells, Corey Willis, Jeremy Davis. I know that's 3 thumbs up automatically. Simeon Sims, that should be a thumbs up. Robert Young, that should be a thumbs up. I see you, German Johnson. Where your thumbs up? Joe Lewis, where your thumbs up? Mindy, where's your thumbs up? I don't see but 3 thumbs up there. Hey, Rosie, how you doing over there? You in Facebook Live. Sonya, happy birthday, sweetie pie. I see you. You still gone? Boy, y'all living it up out there. Y'all out there in my favorite place in the world. What else? Who else? Wait a minute. Minnie on both sides on y'all. Minnie don't be playing. Minnie Collins want to see what all y'all behind saying around here. I like that, Minnie. I like that. Look out for me, man. I know you're checking to see what's going on. I see Miss Dr. Green is snuck in there. Lady Barron is snuck in there. Johnny Arnett. I see y'all. Walter Yates ain't saying nothing. He just is snuck in. Y'all, I ain't gonna let y'all know Walter Yates is in here. Let's see. Hey, Rosie, I see you. Let's see. Yeah, You said, let's go. Oh, my God, them Cougars. Yeah, we going to have. You know what? Because I got a lot of stuff I got to finish that we didn't talk about yesterday. So what we going to do, I'm trying to see where I want to start. Y'all got. Well, we got it. This is how I want to start the show. Before we go anywhere. This is how I want to start the show. So y'all just hold on a minute. This is how I'm starting the show. didn't know they had the music, but this is how I'm starting the show. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, last night, I know on the other channel, U of H was balling, but I was here. So let me talk about this first. This is where I was happened to be physically placed. And I keep telling y'all don't have to come. Somebody else listening, y'all spots gonna be taken. And y'all, I'm not begging and pleading for nobody to come to TSU game. Nope. Share the show. No more. I'm not, because this is what we got. See, y'all can go to the U of H game in Texas was good and all that, but they didn't have this. You can't get this at U of H. You can't get this in Texas. Not against the great institution. Hey, nothing against those great institutions. Mindy College, you can't duplicate that right there. You can't duplicate it. U of H had an exciting game. Jamal Shead came through and all that. But you can't get what I just showed you. You got so we had a buzzer beater and the coach. Let me tell y'all something. I had so much fun. TSU men's beat Southern. Texas Southern University beat Alabama State 56-51. PJ Henry had 21 points. Jonathan CC had 14 points and 10 rebounds. Grayson Carter, 10 rebounds, 7 points. Let me tell y'all something. It's just nothing like it. It's nothing like it. High level basketball in Third Ward, Texas. Great atmosphere, man. It was shout out to the coach Johnny Jones and that coaching staff. Coach Sharon Chapman, he was his scout, and I love to ask questions. Barry, see, I'm smart enough to know. I like to surround myself around people who know a lot more than me. That TSU coaching staff know way more than I do about coaching. Because my job is to see what was on the screen. See what was on the court, and I just analyze it from my point of view. Just my point of view, how I see the game. These guys see the game a lot different and a lot better than the way I do it. I'll admit it, because I question Grayson Carter. He had 10 points, 7 rebounds. I question him being out of the game, right? He hit 2 threes on 4. He was balling. But what happens, ladies and gentlemen, mamas and daddies, brothers and sisters, they were putting us in a pick and roll with him, and he couldn't guard the guy on the switch. So coach had to go small. So if they switch, if I switch, I'm switching with another guard that can stay in front of this guy. So I had to go small. That's why they get paid the big bucks. Because they know what the hell they doing. And Robert Hatter and Chatterbox and Kevin Hatter, we just have been talking about it. This why and I sit back and say, because I didn't know. But when he explained it to me, and then I played it back in my mind, what was going on and why this guy kept getting to the hole and on the pick and roll, it was because Grayson Carter is not the quickest person in the world. But coach said, okay, we'll alleviate that. I'm going to put another wing in there. Let him get past him. All we needed was one stop to win the game. That's the part of the game that I be trying to take y'all behind the scenes. So you just won't be out there just watching the games all the time. You'll know a little bit about what you're watching, and you can see, oh, this might happen. Oh, this might happen. But you know what I was thinking about? And I tuned in from Austin. You did well, man. You analyzed the game well. Listening to you made me feel as I was there. Thank you. You know what? See, Barry, Barry. Barry, and Barry, you got to, I promise you, Barry, I'm going to be better. I'm learning so much stuff about this. This thing it's unique, Barry. Because like I was telling people the other day, you have to, Lakeisha, it's like this lady, one of the alumni, she gonna come up, y'all need to bring me on there and let me talk. I said, I hope you know, we make this thing look easier, but baby girl, this real on this side. It's live. It ain't Memorex. People always, well, just bring me in. And promise you. I promise you. Shout out to Kevin Freidman. He come up there and hung out with us and sit there the whole time and then left thinking we gonna lose. Them Southern ass, Southern University. He left thinking we gonna lose. Then he gonna text me, man, that's all right. Hey, just in case you didn't do it, see it. Watch this, y'all. Just in case you did. Just in case you can do it. See, and I'm gonna repeat it again. Nowhere else you can go. You can go up to Texas. The game they probably have people in cowboy boots kicking around doing the Cotton Eye Joe. But if you was at this game last night, you'd got some of this. That game, you'll be getting some of that. You follow? You just can't beat it. You just can't beat it. You just can't beat the people. The people. Y'all keep telling y'all can talk about the buildings. It's people getting a chance to see that beautiful sea of humanity that I'm blessed to get to see up close and personal every week. It's great for me. I love it. He said those guys big. Hey man, that's swag basketball. But you know what? I wanted to. Why did he cut Weiss's minutes, especially if the kid was coming? He didn't cut his minutes. The game didn't dictate for Weisinger to be in the game. And sometimes y'all got through a season in college basketball, and the way Johnny Jones coaches, if you go look, Zahir Hayes didn't play. It didn't dictate it. Because why? Cisse didn't start back playing the way he wanted him to play. PJ, the season open starters, then started back. They had good games. Let me go back and repeat. PJ Henry had 21 points. Jonathan Cisse had 14 points and 14 rebounds. So where in the hell is Jalen Weisinger go play? He came in and played for us a couple of seconds. But guess what? It was time for PJ to get back in the game. That's the preseason player of the year. And guess what? He was playing like it last night. So y'all, when y'all quit looking, that's why y'all need to go and watch the game. Because the stat sheet will fool you. You'll go look at the stat sheet. Well, his minutes were short. The game didn't dictate him playing last night. It just didn't dictate him playing last night. It didn't dictate. Let me go. Let me go find the box score. It just didn't dictate. And y'all, I mean, I know it's hard for y'all to just sometimes to just understand this stuff. Sometimes the game does not dictate that player's input right now. That's all. Nothing against the player. Jalen Weisinger did whatever. He didn't get demoted. He didn't get nothing. Weisinger did. Nothing that hurt him, for him not to come off the bench. So people be, man, you didn't play this game. I wonder what happened. Just dude, when your time. Every single game. And just in case y'all don't understand, every single game is a different painting. It's like a canvas. Every single game, Johnny Jones seemed like he started with a different canvas and said, look, I'm going to paint each one of these games differently. We didn't need his defensive presence because the other team is scoring 55 points. That's what people don't understand. He came in a couple of times, but PJ Henry was rolling. Jonathan Cisse was rolling. So guess what? It's no minutes for those guys again. PJ played 38 minutes. So it ain't but 2 more minutes left in the game. Cisse played 34 minutes. So, Craig Lilly, it wasn't, let me help y'all, it wasn't that evidently we didn't need his defensive presence last night. Coach Johnny Jones painted another masterpiece. It might come a time we need him again. But I don't want people to think his minutes got cut. See, that's what you said. Why did they cut his minutes? If you had said, why wasn't Weisinger used as much as he was in the last games, then I could have, but you said cut. His minutes didn't get cut. At some points in the beginning of the season, he didn't play at all. Cisse dipped. PJ dipped. Coach needed somebody to come in. That Johnny Jones, man, is a master. I didn't get a chance to tell him last night. He's a master. We just know what the hell he's doing. And the coaching staff know what the hell he's doing. And you got to realize, hold up, I'm at the game, calling the game, and I'm wondering, why is Grayson Carter not in the game in these last 2 minutes? I don't coach. I don't know what the hell I'm talking about, y'all. Because the coaches did exactly what needed to be done. Because for some reason, and all of this, whatever I got in my head, I wasn't paying attention that Grayson Carter was getting beat in the 2-man game, in the pick and roll. I didn't look at that because I was looking at what he was doing on the other end, and I didn't look. He kept getting beat consistently. So we needed to make sure that didn't happen again. So we set him down. So guess what? So we can put in a guy that can guard that pick. So if we switch it, if they switch it, if they pick and roll us, we'll have a defender quick enough to stay in front of him. I'm sitting there second guessing Coach Jones. The decision, not necessarily Coach Jones. I was sitting there saying, why is Grayson not in the game? But they didn't cut his minutes. They trying to win the basketball game. So y'all, so when you ask me why did somebody cut, they ain't cut nobody minutes. They trying to win basketball games. Last year this time, we was in the cellar. And y'all was calling me talking about, what's wrong with TSU? What's wrong with TSU? Hey, man, this man is, I am not doubting Johnny Jones. That team, they didn't need him defense. They didn't need Jalen Wise's defense last night. Guess what? PJ Henry started getting in front of somebody. That's why he played 38 minutes. Jonathan Cisse got getting in front of somebody. That's why they played for. Coach used those guys off the bench to light a fire up under those guys in front. I call that great coaching, man. Shout out to that guy. Shout out to. I didn't say you were second guessing. You said they cut the minutes. I said I second guessing. Are you listening? I said I second guessed him. Ain't nobody said nothing about you second guess nobody. Just because you're playing well don't mean you don't play every game. Herb Baker, what are you smoking over there? Just because you're playing well don't mean you play all the minutes every game. Let me repeat that. Just because you're playing well, it ain't your time. Came with 5 people play. Dude played 38 minutes. The guy who he replaces played 38 minutes. Let me repeat that. The guy who, so you don't have to, I'm not second. I ain't say you second guessed. I said I second guessed. Me. I don't know what the hell going on in your mind. You come ask me why my guys' minutes got cut. And I'm explaining to you why they didn't get cut. In other words, you want to defend you. I'm explaining to you why his minutes, you said his minutes got cut. His minutes didn't get cut. Just didn't need to use his skill set wouldn't need for him to be used last night. Let's say he was the piccolo player. We didn't need the piccolo today. We was using the trombones today. We were using the oboes today. We was using the trumpet today. We didn't need the flute player today. It ain't that they done cut the piccolo player's minute. No, we're not playing her song right now. Not playing. No, I'm just explaining. You asking a question on my damn show. I'm gonna answer you the way I want to answer you. Don't ask the question. Don't ask no question. Wait till Jimmy can get on. Don't ask no question. Because I'm gonna answer. I'm trying to explain to you why the man's minutes didn't get cut. And I'm going to talk the way I talk. I ain't came on your phone. I ain't called you. You came on my show. Always remember that. When you come on here trying to tell me what to do. You ask me a question. I put it up on the screen. That's the question. And I so eloquently explain it to you, but you didn't want to hear the explanation. You didn't want to hear the explanation. Look. Why did they cut Weiss's a minute? Especially, let me put it back up. And I think I'm just explaining to you. He the piccolo player. But sometimes people ain't used to people just giving them facts. Maybe if I just bullshit and just, I don't know. No, all I did is said, sometimes y'all got to understand, this game of basketball, everybody can't play. If the guy that's playing in front of you, mamas, let me give y'all a lesson. Cause hey, I see why some of y'all don't understand this stuff as good. Jalen Weisinger, who he was talking about, is the backup for PJ Henry. There's 40 minutes in a basketball game, right? PJ Henry played 38 minutes. Wow. Let me repeat that. Let me repeat that. Mindy Collins. Let me repeat that. Let me repeat that. Mindy, watch this, Mindy. Jason Weisinger plays when PJ Henry gets spelled. PJ Henry played 38 minutes last night. That's his minutes just wasn't needed. Guess what? Against Prairie View, his minutes might be needed. But I'm just explaining to some people who just don't, I guess we're not just understanding the game. I just don't want to understand. I just want to ask me a question. I just want to have something to say. I'm telling you, that's just the way the game of basketball is. And I mean, let me see. Why is it? I didn't even look at his minutes. Yeah. It's hard to play. It's hard to play when you. Hold up. Hold up. Let me see. Jay Jackson, what's up? Jay Jackson, you the starter. You the starter, Jay Jackson, right? Jay Jackson, you struggling a little bit early in the season. You got injured. Okay? So I came in and I'm balling. But your ass you got well. You come in and you ready to roll. That ankle ain't hurt no more. And you said, okay, coach, I'm ready. And you willing and dealing and dealing and willing and dealing for 38 minutes. Guess what they gonna do to me? They ain't mad at me. They ain't cutting my minutes. Guess what they telling me? Robert Hatter, it's time for you to just do. You go back over in your spot until we get ready for you, man. That's how basketball is, y'all. Just in case you didn't know how it was, that's how basketball is. But I got some more stuff because it's some things that I didn't cover yesterday that was at the end of it. I just couldn't get to it because I was just thinking about these athletes, y'all. Y'all don't understand. I sit there and talking about the mental illness of some of these young athletes, and maybe some of y'all don't know what they go through. He said that's sure how Emmy Adoka does this same. That Mindy, you've been watching them. Whoever been balling gonna play. Is Coach Jones more of a defensive minded or offensive minded coach? That's a good question, Kevin Lewis. Kevin Lewis. Kevin Lewis, can I help you with this? He don't take you out the game for missing shots. But you miss a defensive assignment, he'll take you out the game. That's a good one. I never, you know what? I'd have to say he's a more defensive minded coach because that's what he emphasized. You know, when I go to practice, I guess if that's what you emphasize, that's what he emphasizing stopping what the other team is doing best. Right. He emphasizes the what the other team is doing best. He really emphasizes. I'm gonna take like yesterday. We were supposed. Let's check this out. Yesterday, their job was to neutralize. Let me get these two guys' name: Isaiah Range and T.J. Matlock, the coach's son. Okay. All right, that was it. That was their job. T.J. Madlock was 6 of 19 inefficient. He was 5 of 5 from the free throw line. Had 9 rebounds. Had 17 points on 19 shots. That's not good. This was on. This who they were supposed to stop. If you heard the show at the beginning of the show, I said these are the 2 players you got to stop. Kevin Jones, watch this. Kevin Jones, I know you love this kind of stuff. Then they were supposed to stop Isaiah Range. I've seen Isaiah Range single-handedly just shoot that team to a win. I think he did it on on Prairie View. They played against Prairie View the other night. I saw him do it against us last year. Isaiah Range. When he walked in the building, I said when he walked in the building, that's his range. Okay. In my in my Robert's Rules last night, right? I said, let's stop Isaiah Range. Got to stop Isaiah Range, and we got to stop TJ Madlock. So look what we did to TJ Madlock. Now watch this. Now watch this though. Give was Isaiah Range. He was 0 for 5 field goals, 0 for 2 for 3. He didn't score. Kevin, he didn't score. I'm telling people, man, y'all better watch out for that dude right there because I've seen him wheel and deal. Go look up what he did to TSU the night before, a couple of days before. He said that makes sense when he took the kid out. It was scoring but not defending the pick and roll. No, he didn't. Oh, yes. No, let me tell you something. He took the big fella out, Grayson. He took Big Grayson out because Grayson couldn't come. Grayson did. The dude was just blowing past Grayson on the pick and roll. He was just blowing past him. So, but it was, great. I tell you what, great move. Because I was sitting over the sideline saying, why Grayson ain't in the game? So after the game, I said, Coach, come here, man. Come here, man. Man, why wasn't Grayson in the game at the end? He said, and Grayson played well. He said, but Robert, for that time right there, we need to go small. We needed to go small so we wouldn't be in a disadvantaged situation. I said, Coach, I love it. But let me talk about these college athletes. But that was a great question, Kevin Lewis, man. I got something for y'all. I was thinking about it. Young lady, she played volleyball, USC. She was talking about mental health, mental illness. Now, I don't know if all of y'all know this. I'm giving you some information and share it with you so you can understand our student athletes a little bit better. Okay? So I'm giving you her schedule. I'm talking for her right now. She said, you have to be at the team lift at 6 a.m. in the morning to lift weights. You have to be at the team lift. But you're accidentally 1 minute late because you slept through your alarm. Your heart is pounding from sprinting to the gym. But nobody cares that it's because you were up. Nobody cares you were up at 2 a.m. in the morning studying from an exam that you still don't feel prepared for. You can feel, she said, you can feel the tension between you and your teammates. Because you are going to have to run sprints tomorrow at 6 a.m. because you were a minute late, so everybody got to run. So you start the lift and your mind is not in the right place. But it doesn't matter. You got to live anyway. As soon as it's over, you stuff down breakfast on your way to your 8 a.m. class. Can you picture this? Put yourself in this position. Student athlete. Mindy, Alphayo, Trey Phillips, Kevin Jones, Kevin Lewis, Brad Kimball, Kevin Freedman, Donald Hall, Marquessa, Sonia, Rod Wells. Thank you. Watch this. Watch this now. Watch this now. You start to lift, and your mind, like I said, is not in the right place. It doesn't matter. You got to do it, right? On your way to your 8 a.m. class, you stuff food down in your thing, and you get there, and your hair is still wet because you didn't have time to dry it. The professor looks at you and says, "Where's the homework assignment?" But you forgot it. How could you forget it? You are supposed to be on top of everything, so you sit there and you're worried about what else you might have forgotten. And at noon, y'all watch this now. Y'all picture yourself here. So at noon, you get a 30-minute break. But it's really not a break. But it's really not a break. It's because you use it to quickly make up an assignment you missed from last week's game. So it's 12:10, and you know it's 40 minutes. In 40 minutes, it doesn't feel like enough time to get ready to be on the court because you got practice at 1, even though it actually is. So you head over, and once practice starts, you've forgotten about everything that happened. And you have to try to forget about everything that happened in your day because the practice, you got to practice, you got to perform. You can not perform. Somebody better than you. Somebody's competing with you. And somebody in high school just committed to be you. So forget the 0 on your assignment. Forget the test you're not prepared for. Forget your friends you haven't seen in several weeks. Forget the arguments you had with your parents. Play well, pass well, perform. And when it's finally over, you find yourself sitting in the locker room trying not to cry. And you ask yourself, is this how I'm supposed to feel? Ladies and gentlemen, that was from a volleyball player at USC. She had been playing the sports her whole life, but never quite felt like this. In high school, she didn't understand mental illness. And usually when people say mental illness, people tense up because talking about it is uncomfortable. You might think, oh, I've heard this before, but it doesn't affect me. Those are the common thoughts to have because she used to think the same way. She thought depression meant you're having serious family issues. She thought that you was born with anxiety. It's hard to understand something that you can't see and touch. So when she got to college to start her career as a Division I athlete, she never thought that she would struggle with these issues. 1 in 4 people suffer from mental issues. They experience mental health because a lot of people has faced anxiety and depression. Michael, Johnny, when we watching these games last night, we watched the Texas U of H game last night. That was a pressure-filled game. That was a big game for Texas at home. Because what? We got guys like Alpha, and think that, they talking about you couldn't buy a seat in that house last night, but they said it's football country. But, I keep listening to them. And, but, I just let them keep talking. But those guys are under pressure to win. They cannot, they got a chance of being one of the Big 12 teams, 8 teams ranked in the Big 12 right now. And they got a chance of being one of the teams that just left out and not make the tournament because they still got more games to play. They got to play back at U of H. They got to play here at U of H. Can you imagine what those young student athletes are going through? Can you imagine? You know what people are going to say? It's a privilege to be there. And it's and it is, but that's what these kids are going through. The question is, it's a privilege to be anywhere you're at. It's a privilege for you to have your job, Nicholas Best. It's a privilege. It's a privilege for everybody to be wherever they at. It's a privilege. What about the other school? What about, excuse me. And I'm just talking about the extra burden that's been put on student athletes. I don't care about them ignorant ass people who talking about this. They're going to say it's a privilege to be there. If they wasn't good enough, they wouldn't be there either. How about that? If they wasn't talented enough, they wouldn't be there either. I mean, I'm telling y'all, if you know a student athlete, they got to go through this stuff. I never forget when my son told me one day, he came home, he said, Dad, after he graduated, he said, dude, he said, man, it's the hardest thing. He said, Dad, it's the hardest thing I ever did in my life. Trying to be a student athlete at that particular school. He said, because they don't care whether you're an athlete or not. On Monday morning, I got to be in class with my stuff ready. They don't care. They don't care. I said, wow. So y'all, these are the things we're dealing with when our young people trying to find something. I had something for y'all. When our young people are out here doing their thing. These are the things we dealing with, and I ain't telling y'all. I want y'all to stay hard on. I want y'all to. But sometimes understand when they're at this college, they are, and he's not a student athlete. It's a universal language. Yes. See, you talking about a kid that's not a student athlete, the pressures and the anxiety he's feeling. Now couple that to at least he got another part of his life, the non-student athlete. These student athletes don't have it. They got to perform. They got to play. They got to be a lift. They got to. Because they got somebody coming right behind them to take their place. Check this out. Because I was watching stuff last night. I'm watching the basketball games. I watched so many basketball games. And And I'm trying to see, back in the day, y'all, we knew how, not to say we were greater, but every shot mattered. I'm sitting there thinking about when we should play in the gym and we go straight seven. One no threes, just straight sevens. One no threes. Straight 7 points. Uh, you better make sure whoever taking the shot on your team is gonna be a shot maker. Cause the other team gonna have a dude that can make shots stand there every time. So you got to make sure you making sure your guy that can shoot it is shooting it. Instead, if you want to win, cause you know you don't want to wait 4 or 5 ups to get back home. See, these people think, man, it's your turn. You just shot one. I said, no, I want the dude. I want Jamal Shed shoot my basketball. I don't want everybody shoot my basketball. Me as a player, I wanted to get the ball. If it's my turn, if it's me, I need to shoot that thing because we trying to win. Y'all got to understand, we didn't have no room for. I'm trying to explain it to people who don't really understand it. Straight seven, that means 7 baskets. 1, 2, 3. They go fast. Or your ass on the sideline. So you got to make sure whoever shooting that basketball is the dude that can put it in the basket. Not the dude. Man, I was good at AAU. I was good in the 9th grade. It's my turn to shoot. I just watched it. I used to watch it. It was known who gonna shoot the ball. Even in a pickup game. It was known. If I want to win, I want Goody shooting. I want McKinley Singer to shoot it. I'm not finna pass it to Mac, because Mac gonna shoot one of them long ass, wild ass corner shots. One gonna go in, might go in. I'm trying to win. I ain't getting it to him. He might be watching. I'm gonna get it to Kenny Hale, because he gonna make the shot. You follow me? No, man, he getting this game. No, I want to win. Last night, and that's what I'm watching. I'm just watching. I'm looking at the shot percentages of some players. Y'all listen to this. This is a college team. Y'all look at these numbers. Alabama State shot 62 shots and then hit for 21 of them. TSU shot 42 shots, then hit for 15 of them. But they were 18 of 23 from the free throw line. That free throw line is very important, young people. And hold on, Alabama State was 9 of 11 from the free throw line. That's why this game was so close. But these people, my thing is, people just can't shoot no more. One time I called my kids, asked him about his grades, and he was going to be in the starting lineup. And he told me, Dad, I just want to go to sleep because I've been up here since 5 a.m. Lionel Rogers. That stuff real, man. I went, Lionel Rogers, when I tell you some stuff like that, when I talk about stuff like that, believe you me, some people don't reached out to me. See, this is why basketball IQ is so important, why you should watch games, why so many struggle at the elite levels. Didn't I show y'all, didn't I show you this video? Hold up. Let me see. Didn't I show y'all this video? Because some of y'all just think when they're in the NBA now, Rob. Who is the guy name? What's the dude name? Antoine. Hold up, y'all. Watch this.
Jamal Moses is a good friend of mine. I had him in Cleveland. And I congratulated him when he got the job, and he was like, Twan, I'm teaching them how to set a proper screen. And he's not talking about rookies. He's talking about guys that have been in the league for 2 or 3 years. And I'm just like, we learned that in college. Fundamentals and things of that nature. So
high school.
The game of basketball has changed. I mean, imagine us playing in today's game. Jamal Moses is a good friend of mine. I had him in Cleveland. And I congratulated him when he got the job, and he was like, Twan, I'm teaching them how to set a proper screen. And he's not talking about rookies. He's talking about guys that have been in the league for 2 or 3 years. And I'm just like, we learned that in college. Fundamentals and things of that nature. So
high school.
The game of basketball has changed. I mean, imagine us playing in today's game.
Did y'all hear that? Because sometimes when I play this stuff, y'all just say, well, listen. Did y'all hear this? And listen, I don't mind you about the cones. I joke about the cones. But I never forget this little boy, Sean Miller. Coach, he's a little boy. He was a child prodigy, doing all the dribble with 2 balls and all that kind of stuff. He coaching at Sean Miller, what Xavier now, something like that. He did all that stuff. He's all on. He was all on the what's my man Johnny Carson show and all that kind of stuff. And but I never forget talking to Ron Harper, and Ron Harper said, "Man, he came to them ABCD camps. Them cones and them 2 balls couldn't save his ass because I was in his ass." He said they can dribble all them 2 balls. He said, we ain't playing but one in bad. We ain't playing but one out here. And guess what? I'm taking that from him every time he get it. He get it. I didn't say where he went to school. I'm talking about where he's coaching at. He's coaching at Xavier. Come on, Kevin Lewis. I said, we coaching. Sean Miller is coaching. Where is he coaching? I didn't ask where he went to school. But I'm sitting there because I'm watching the games, and I know all of y'all and half of y'all and work kids out and everything. But I mean, I'm just watching. Do. So this stuff, y'all. A lot of people can play basketball, but they can't comprehend all of this fast stuff that goes in a basketball. Perfect example last night. We had a young man. We were up 1, and we missed the shot, and got the rebound, all we had to do was run the clock out. Our player jumped up in the air, college player, tried to pass it out because he thought he was going to get trapped. He was trapped. Turned the ball over. We could have lost the game because of not understanding the moment. Not understanding the moment. Y'all, we had the game, had the possession, had to shoot the ball, got the rebound. He went and got a great rebound. But then he turned the ball over. That's why you got this last, after he turned it over, this is what you got at the end. I showed you that scramble because that was after he turned the ball over. Could have cost us a win because we just didn't know. The most invaluable thing in the world was to secure that ball and the clicks off the clock. Because listen, we don't need no more points. We need to protect the basketball. The clock is our friend. 13 seconds left for 5 or 6 seconds. I don't know how many seconds left. You got to know distance and time. You get that rebound, you got to be strong with the ball and get the hell out of there. Don't jump in the air. But I made a statement last night. And I had to write my own statement down sometime, y'all. Because I say so much stuff, I'll have to go back and see what the hell I said. What I say? No, that ain't it. That's the wrong thing. See, I'm serious. Sometimes I had to go back. But I said something. I was talking about. See, I'm gonna just give you some stuff that I was talking about a little bit. Uh, I gave him a note. I said the game is loose and free. I want you to play basketball loose and free, but I want you to get loose and free with the basketball. You got me? See, you almost as a coach, you got to go bring out a family photo and say, look, I love these. This is my family. I love them. Right? Next to this picture right here, the most important thing in my life now is just basketball. Does everyone understand that? So don't just give it away and turn it over. You can't have them soft passes in basketball, especially college basketball. You can't have them, I call them high school Harry passes. Where was it? And what did I say? I'm trying to see what I said, man. What I told him, I said, I hit him with this too. I said, how hard can you compete? And how long you can compete hard? But you lose more games on bad plays than you win on good plays. You lose more games. You lose more games on bad plays than you win on good plays. I keep seeing, man, and I'm watching and I'm just seeing a lot of these kids, and this got to get there. And the reason I'm putting this on wax right now, because somebody ain't, y'all telling kids this, but you got to groom them. You have to incorporate it in the DNA. That's listen, and not just basketball. Being an excellent, whatever you're gonna be in life. See, the way them guys played last night, the way them TSU guys played last night under adversity. If I'm going to war, I'm gonna stop and pick them guys up. I'm gonna stop picking them up. And 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 and, and I think about this, man, because I'm talking to coaches and they ask me questions about players but I like coaches that uses his eyes to evaluate instead of using other people's eyes. That's why I be people tell me this kid had a I hear people talking about some kids. Guess what I want to do? I want to go watch them myself. Some people kind of take that like you don't trust what they say. And I don't trust what you say. I trust what I see. Ain't nothing got nothing to do with you. I'm not trying to take your job. I'm not trying to evaluate nobody. But if people keep asking me and calling me, asking about me about kids, I've been thrust into this thing. I don't want to have to tell a coach a good or bad about your son. I'm just sitting there watching this game, man. I'm watching not last night, the game of basketball. When I sit there and looked at that little kid, uh, young man, Duke Dean, the little Bradley, relentless shot maker, great IQ for the game. I told a guy the other day, I said last night, I know they didn't comment on it too much. All I said was, these guys were, hold up, y'all. I said, the guys were thinking with their feet. And see, yeah, and I know people don't. If you're thinking with their feet just get up in there and get you in places in places where you don't supposed to be and get caught up and get to turn the balls over because you're thinking with your feet. Going too fast and because they're thinking with their feet. Going into 2-on-1 traffic. Think you see an opening right there, trying to get in there. You're thinking with your feet. You got to slow that process down. Slow your feet down. That's all that means. You're thinking with your feet. Slow your feet down. Strike when you have to, not just running. Everybody just going 500 miles an hour. Ah. Then I look, watching most teams in college basketball. Y'all ain't gonna lie now. Now you missed it, Reggie. You don't even know what I'm talking about. They're also thinking as a no, that ain't what I'm talking about. That ain't I ain't talking about individual. I'm just talking about they're thinking with their feet. Let me tell y'all something. Over only 90 college, excuse me, only 90 Division I basketball players are shooting over 35% from the three. That's out of about 4,320 total players. More, more prospectively, only 46 players are over 40%. But everybody won't shoot. I'm just sitting there, y'all, just watching this stuff. And sometimes I just sit down and take notes. And Kevin Allen, me and Kevin Allen, me and Kevin Adams, we got this thing. We just constantly watching. We just can't guard a guy one on one no more. If you can't guard the ball, then you can't guard the glass. Because if you can't guard the ball, guess what? Your guy gonna get around. Your big man got to come up, and you can't guard the glass. Man, there's just so much stuff, man. I wanted to just share with you about this basketball, and grassroots basketball. Where I was, uh, Coach Skeet last night hollered at one of our players last night, and I understood her so much. Uh, your player can be in trouble, and you'll just run away from them instead of run to them to help them. And somebody told me the other day, he said, Robert, these lines are so blurred. He said, because, listen to this, because I know everybody want to go D1, but they said about 100 D1 and D2 teams, about 100, so little difference between them, if any, across the board. Let me see did anybody hear that, because I know y'all can't hear me. I think I talked to, I don't know, I talked to, I don't know what I do. Uh, the lines are so blurred. About 100 D1. See, y'all looking at them high D1s. It's about 100 D1 and 100 D2 teams. They got so very little difference between them across the whole board. And young people out here, I'm watching. I went to a game the other day. Might go to one tonight. When your teammates, a public service announcement. These for my young people. Because somebody ain't telling them. Somebody might not tell them. Oh yeah, you're right. They just go by them with one. Absolutely, straight line drive. Absolutely, teammates. High school. We headed in the stretch run. 5 games left in district. Teammate get trapped. Go to the ball. Trey Phillips. That's what I'm trying. Trey Phillips. You picked up on what I said. I wonder how many people picked up on what I really, really said. This is the point. It's about 100 D1s out here that these 100 D2s are just like in every aspect. Just in case you didn't get it. Teammates, if they dribble, go to the ball. Don't run away from it. Y'all, the amount of players that run away from the ball when their teammate is in trouble is crazy. You can't leave your teammate stranded. And it happened in a college basketball game last night. The girls' basketball game, man. Somebody asked a question. Somebody told me many high school coaches have asked them the best way to get kids exposure. And by the way, shout out again. Thank you, Lord. Shout out again to Caden Tate. He young kid, unsigned senior. I remember his mom asking me about he ain't got no offers. I said, just hold on. Because they're new to the game. They don't understand it. And evidently nobody explained it to them. If anybody know their parent, make sure they have my email, chopshophtx@gmail.com. The young man, they were just worried about it. Now he got 2 offers. And I didn't know where he could play because that's not my expertise. That's Jimmy's and Doug and them, and I can't tell you where a kid need to go and go play. I can tell you who can be a pro if I see one. I'm not great at saying, look, this guy gonna go play at this level. This guy gonna play at this level. This guy gonna play D2. I'm not that great at that, Trey. And I'm not gonna go around here telling y'all that. I know if a guy can play or not in college, but I can't tell you where you're gonna excel at. See, because I want you to go to college and be somewhere you can excel. So I'm going to grade you I'm going to grade you different. I'm going to say, look, what you want to do? You want to go over here and sit down and watch these dudes for a couple of years? Or you want to go over here and play? Which one you want to do? So I kind of know that. But the coach he asked me, he said, high school coaches, they asked me, what's the best way to get kids exposure? The best way, somebody told me, will always be. Somebody told me. Somebody called me and said, I guess he was old school, but y'all help me if he right. Because I don't know. I haven't tried this. He said the best way to always to load them up in vans and take them to camps on campuses, college campuses, to compete. Not to take a tour. Not to get no pictures. Hold up. Yeah. Hold up, Jimmy. Let me get you. I'm gonna get you right back in here. Let me finish my what I was talking about. Then I'm gonna get you right back in here. He said, not. So let me repeat. This how it started. They said many high school coaches have asked me the best way to get their kids exposure, and the guy said the best way. Oh Lord, hold on. I got to take it. Muted. Uh, uh, the question. Hold up. So check this out. He said the best way will always be. Cause I ain't heard nobody say this on the show before. That's why I'm sharing it with y'all. The best way will always be is to load them up in vans and take them to camps on campuses to compete. Not to take a tour or get pictures, but to compete. The cream always rises to the top. No line about heights, weights, or speed. No questions about level of competition. No standing around talking to the recruiting service guys and the media. Line up and compete. That's how you know who's real and who's not. Because all it takes is just one. What y'all think about that? Let me unmute you, Jimmy. You coughed right in the middle. I said, I ain't know you were, but I, when I thought about that, cause I thought about it because I don't know the rules. I remember a long time ago, it used to be, sure, I remember this happening. A coach put us in a van, my son and a whole lot of players in a van. We went to A&M camp. We went to Baylor camp. We went to all these camps. I know they changed the rules on the camp, Jimmy. But this guy just told me, he said, Rob, because I know, coach, I know colleges still have camps. U of H had a camp. Why didn't you have your guys at U of H camp? Rice have a camp. Why didn't you have your guys at Rice camp? I don't know if Anthony Medina have a camp, but why don't you have, y'all worried about recruiting service and media. Have you ever, they said this ain't gonna never go out of style. This gonna always be the best way. Then you don't know who can play. Give me, hold up. Guess how we find out a lot of people can play? In the ninth grade. They come what? Compete at the Ruck on the Wood. How do we find, so if that's how you finding whether people can compete, y'all, this stuff is different. No, I didn't say Texas can't. No, I'm not going to say Texas can't even. U of H coming in and just beat the brake. They ain't beat the brakes of them, but Alpha Yo, whenever you, I put it like this, Alpha Yo, if ever you give any other school or any other high school or any person that you're not affiliated with because you take videos of, then I'll say something about Texas. Until then, I'm not gonna talk about no Texas. So it's on you. Cause you don't never talk about no other player. If it ain't played in the program that you shooting pictures for, if it ain't played in the, if they don't go to you don't have nothing to say about no other player. On this particular show, we like to talk about all the players that we can, not just certain players from certain places, from certain places. So whenever you come, how did you say went to Texas camp? No, we ain't. I ain't going no Texas camp. I ain't putting no kids in the car and go to Texas camp. But Jimmy, what's up, man?
Oh man, just make sure you guys share the show if you haven't done so already. Get a good share. As a matter of fact, I'm going to share right along with you guys in just a second. Um, I quickly uh, address that comment and or that post or that message that you just and you guys can probably imagine what I'm going to say before I even say it because I'm being consistent, and the consistency is the key to a lot of things. And I'm sharing it right now. I didn't share it to my story. I like to share it to the public and to the story. Here we go. Um, yeah, that's not. Don't disagree with the statement. However, you guys have to understand that in today's, as I repeat over and over, in today's society, if you are receiving money and a parent has engaged into some type of agreement for you to help develop their kid, that is probably because you approached that parent or you made that parent believe that you have some type of magic wand that can help him get from where they want him to be to prepare him for another level, higher than what, greater than what he is right now. So if your workout days, once again, is Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Sunday, and these games are taking place on that Sunday, excuse me, then you are not likely to be willing to give up that $50 an hour for those 2 hour, that 1 hour, 2 hour workout in order to let them go somewhere else free-handedly. And I firmly believe with deep in my soul that that is a major factor that plays into it, because now the endorsement of a kid going over there, no, you don't need to, you see how this goes? You need to get better. You need to work out. You need to do this. You got to get better. You ain't getting better over that. It's gonna roll the balls out. It's gonna do this. It's gonna do that. It's not gonna be nothing conducive. Then at the same time, if you go back to the initial element, and we all know one of the things that's missing, one of the initial common denominators that's missing in the lives of most of today's student athlete, high school basketball players, and that is the lack of playing pickup basketball against kids that don't go to school with you. So I had to add that in there. How that's a new thing I add at the end of that. Because some of them say, well, we play at open gym every day at school. We play, yeah, against kids that don't go to school with you. That means when you get down to the park, there's a kid there from school A, school B, school C, and they all congregate and they play and compare skills that they learned elsewhere. So that's missing. And we all know that. So if that's missing, then the competitive edge, most of the time when these young players are engaging in open gym or pickup basketball, it is against the kids that are already at their school. And most of the kids that we're talking about in these conversations are big man on campus. They're the red ants in their respective ant beds. So if little Johnny touches you and you say foul, little Johnny ain't gonna dispute. Man, I ain't foul you. There's no problem solving. There's no conflict resolution that's implemented between those kids. Howard, what did you do if I say foul and you say you didn't foul me and we sit there, now you foul me, don't foul me no more like that. Then how we gonna, who ball is it? How we gonna solve it?
Sometimes we shoot for it.
Bingo. That's a problem solving mechanism. That's a conflict resolution skills, implementation that was done all over the country.
And I'm always want to shoot it too.
Shoot for it.
Shoot for it.
Okay. So, and nobody came from every now and then, if you just keep going back and forth, somebody's like, man, y'all shoot for it then.
Yeah.
Y'all don't want to shoot. But then you end up shooting anyway.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't want to shoot. Well, the other dude gonna shoot, and you don't want to shoot.
And Jimmy, that make you a better shot maker, because you got to make that shot.
They know that ball. That's what I think. That's probably where the ball don't lie come from, when guys are shooting the ball don't lie. But you guys get what I'm saying. And so, who's the person that's going to change? What are you going to do about it? Who's the person that's going to start changing the way that go? Then what happens now? Everybody say, well, if that be true, then I want to host the open gym. Okay, cool. So be it. But here's the deal. In your city, or in a city like Houston, guys that want to do the open gyms, y'all see the posts from the other guys. Won't y'all get together and respect each other's day? These kids need to be playing more of it. So if you got an open gym on Sunday, then the other guys one on Monday, then you encourage your kids to go to that open gym. Now, them open gyms gonna be on swole. What happens back in it? Once again, conflict resolution, problem solving. You knew on certain days at certain parks, when you play and you were lost, you already kind of knew about how many, depending on how good you were. Depending on how good you were. Depending on how good you were. You
If you're
knew
good, you
about
go,
how,
yeah. If you're good, you're good.
you know, and guess what? Guess what? Those pickup games actually let your ass know if you was a Division I talent or not. If we're gonna double it down on high school.
Yeah.
No, how would you know if you lost, if you that dude? What would happen
Cause
next up?
somebody gonna pick you up next, man. You run with me. I saved one just for you.
Bingo. You see this stuff, what goes on, and we letting this stuff get away from our young ones. We're not installing those principles of understanding with the young ones.
But half the people that run in the gym couldn't play now. So they don't understand this, Jimmy. We need to have some people who been there, done that, is running the gym. When you ain't running the gym, if you don't know the use of something, you'll be prone to abuse it. If you ain't no hooper, you ain't no real dude that experienced this, how you gonna run your open gym like that? How you gonna work? Because you ain't never had to live through it. So maybe we got the wrong people having the gyms or having access to the gyms. Cause a real man, let me tell you something. That's why, you know what? Let me tell you something. Who is that used to open that gym up all the time? That's why I used to love Straight Justice. Straight Justice used to always have a gym open. Tallerwood. The churches used to open up the gym. The churches don't even open gyms no more. Tallerwood. Second Baptist used to open. I guess I think life has changed, Jimmy. Life has changed. Because, Jimmy, it was to be a time we could go to Tallerwood. One day you could go to Second Baptist. One day you go to here, and you know he can help. That's what these kids, the downtown Y, the Y done start charging too damn much. So you know what I'm saying? The Y used to be a place you can go. Now the Y is like they charging like a damn Equinox. So, but I understand what you're saying, man, and just the gyms are just. You know, the high schools won't allow you in the gyms because they don't want to be liable anymore. Because everybody want to sue people now. So I understand that liability part. So, it's just, it's hard.
When's the last time that you heard of a high school basketball player who got hurt playing on the slab, on the concrete?
I ain't heard.
So why is so many adults making kids fearful of playing on the slab?
I don't know. I ain't never understood that.
When is the last time? I'm dead, and that's a serious question. It's not a trick question, because I'm quite sure it's happened somewhere. But I'm just curious to know, in your neighborhood, in your city, wherever you're watching, wherever you're from, when is the last time that you heard of a young man, a high school player, that was playing pickup basketball on the concrete, got injured? I'm not saying it can't happen. We all know it can.
Yeah.
But
I just don't remember somebody say I got hurt outside playing. You're right. I ain't heard that one.
So you know, because I remember that was a time when the narrative was, or the pushback was, man, that concrete gonna hurt your knees. That's what people used to say.
The highest jumping dudes I know was out there.
And I'm just telling you, remember, that was a narrative. Hey man,
I played on a long time. These knees pretty good to be old man.
And concrete gonna hurt your knees. So if that's the case, why are so many more? This is obvious now. We talking about grown up and young folk.
Yeah.
That there are more cases of leg injuries that came off of playing on wood.
Absolutely.
Why is the slab people so afraid of the kids going outside? Do you understand what happens when you're outside? It's so many. I'm not saying just stay out there, but certain people, you got to shoot a certain way. You're going to learn, if the wind blowing this way, I don't want to shoot on that other side of the basket. I'm going to shoot. It's so many things that you have to incorporate. They call it street sense, that nobody's going to tell you that if you go and you dribble over there, that may be
a bad spot.
Pee Wee might have broke a bottle, dropped a quart. He might have dropped a quart last night on the court, and somebody came with a broom, sweep out, but it's still some specks of glass over there on that side. So I'm not going to even dribble over there because you might mess around and a little piece of glass might get stuck in your hand, cut your hand a little bit. You keep going if you do, but then you don't want that to happen. It rained 2 days ago. All of the concrete on the slab don't dry at the same pace. It's a one little old wet spot that's still kind of damp right there. It's gonna slow the ball up if you dribble through that. So you really don't want to dribble through that a little bit. And guess what? Those senses transfer over when you get on a wood court. Isn't there some floors that you know they have what they call a dead spot that you don't? So that is no different. It transfers over.
Jimmy, this just happened at Southern University, Jimmy. We went out there. So every time we go in the gym, I get the ball and I just go around the gym. I said, TJ, I said, PJ, dead spot right there. He come over there and check him. I said, so when you right in there, it's a dead spot. Now you got to remember that. I mean, we just did that the other day. I mean, we was at Southern. It didn't work. Shit, they beat our ass. But Jimmy, you hear about that game last night?
Which one?
TSU.
I mean, I saw the box score.
Y'all box score. Get the box score. Get the box score. Ticket in town. That's the best ticket in town right there, man.
TSU up, they what, 5-3 now?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
What place that is? About third?
I think third and fourth. I think tied for third or fourth right in that area. Jim, this swat, and guess who we play this weekend?
Oh.
Prairie View. At Prairie View.
When the last time you
students on campus, huh?
When the last time you beat them?
Shit, every time. I don't remember not beating them. I don't even care. I just like the game. I always think we better than them. Oh, they beat us one time last year. I think we won last year.
All right.
Okay, I don't think
it's gonna be a good game then.
I mean, let me tell you something. The Alabama State game. That was some high level basketball. Jim, that's that had your homeboy nervous. I was over there nervous here last night. I was nervous. I can't tell you no lie, man. I didn't want to win that game. I didn't want to lose that game. Look at me, Jimmy. I didn't want to lose. Yeah, I didn't want to lose that game. Can't you see what I got on? I didn't want to lose that game. What did you talk about, Jimmy? Quit hating on me, man.
What the Matlock kid do to y'all?
He has 17, but on 19 shot.
That ain't good shooting.
No, sir.
That ain't good. What's your defense? If your defensive star, he ain't shut him down?
No, guess what? Guess who shut him down?
Oh.
Deion Stroud. Hey, you got to realize now, but young fella,
they could come from.
Where Deion's come from? Let me get it to you. He comes from somewhere. He played well. He came Eastern Washington. He's from Fresno, California. But
so Eastern Washington or your JUCO?
Eastern Washington. That's
okay.
Real school.
You're 4-4. 4-4.
But no, this is what I like though. PJ, this is what you didn't look in. I see you. I know you ain't looked at this.
I ain't saw the end box score. I saw the halftime box score.
PJ Henry played 38 minutes this time. He ain't played that much all year. Remember, he been hurt. Hold on. Jonathan Cisse, the other guard, played 34 minutes. So it wasn't no room for Zaire and them and Weisinger last night. It didn't dictate them playing last night. It didn't dictate.
Let me see. I'm trying to see what when it comes to compare the halftime to the end. I see. I had the halftime, and
I had all that paper.
PJ played 19 minutes. Okay, now I see Okay, he was 3 for 6 3-pointers in the first half.
Mm-hmm.
So now the other kid, you say Stroud,
Mm-hmm.
he played 10 minutes in the first half. 10, so he played half of the first half.
But he played 30 minutes though.
So I mean, he played the entire second half.
Mm-hmm.
Stroud didn't take but one shot
Mm-hmm.
in the first half. He had 2 turnovers,
Mm-hmm.
no steals, 1 assist.
Who?
Stroud.
He had 1 steal. He had 1 steal
in the first half.
Oh, you're talking about the first half. I'm talking about the whole.
Yeah, I'm comparing what was the reason. You know what I'm saying? So that means
What
if
you
I'm
mean?
reading this,
What
I'm reading the stats. That means he must have came out. I see PJ because he shot it well from downtown.
No. Wait a minute. Stroud is a whole nother. He a wing. He ain't no point guard. He ain't no guard.
Well, I'm saying, but I'm talking about his minutes because he was not necessarily productive in that first half.
Okay. I got you.
That yields why he only played 10 minutes. He wasn't quite. That's not productive. You played 10 minutes. You took 1 shot. I ain't mad at that. And it was a 3-point attempt. You missed that. You didn't get me no rebounds, right? You had 2 fouls. You scored no points. You had no assists. You had 2 turnovers. You see, and you played 10 minutes. So that means you were not productive. But he must have been.
But that's what I love about Bessie. You look at the game. Some guys like you look at the game a whole lot different. You worry about that. Jim, it's 2 halves of a basketball game. Don't you know you can't play? I ain't never heard nobody stop at the half and say that's the game over.
No, what it did, it showed you what once again, let me reiterate. He didn't play 20 minutes. PJ played 19 minutes in the first half.
But PJ Henry is the best player on the team, supposedly.
Last night he was obviously in the first half.
He's preseason player of the year.
Now I'm looking at what position is Cisse?
Guard.
So Cisse came in the game.
He used to start.
So he came in, he played 13 minutes in the first half because remember,
he was smoking.
He came out 2 for 3 from the field, 1 for 2 from 3-point land, 3 for 4 from the free throw line. That means he was aggressive. He got to the free throw strike. He had 4 rebounds, 2 offensive rebounds, right? And that goes and shows why he played 13 minutes. Because that means he didn't. Otherwise, he would have played a certain amount.
He got back in coach's favor,
and that's how you do it.
That's how you do it.
So now, what I'm saying, so that means
there was no room for Weisinger and them to play because TJ and them played. They're gonna take the minutes at that spot.
Here's what happened. What happened with what could happen with Weisinger. At some point, because you're looking at you and you're not getting the productivity from Stroud in the first half. So that other 10-minute slot was dispersed among other people or somewhere or somebody.
Keelan Farouk.
Right? So Farouk came off the bench.
26 minutes.
He played 5.5, right at 6 minutes in that first half. And so he
played 21 in the second half because of what he did in the first half.
Well, you got to be put on the court. That means for you to put on the court, in other words, if you are a coach and you show and there's a kid that can play the entire half, that means if a kid is doing what he's supposed to be doing on that floor, you ain't taking him out the game.
Guess who was on the bench last night?
Who that?
Well, young Josh Farmer. You know, he can't play the next year. He can't play until next year.
Why?
I don't know.
Was it injury or academic?
I don't know. I ain't asked. Ain't my damn business. I don't get any folk business. He just told me he gonna play. He gonna be eligible to play next year. And guess what? I don't say why.
No, I mean, but because
I just don't ask why.
He had never transferred from UTSA.
Right? I don't know why. Yeah, read my lips. I never asked those questions. I just saw him on the bench. I never asked those questions. So I don't know if he's in role or out role or what role. But I saw him on the bench. It was just good to see. I just like to see length on the bench. So that means we got something down the pipe. Herb says it's going to be off the chain in PV. I hope so. I hope so because, the time I went to PV, well, it was nice last year. But it wasn't. But the first year I went, the COVID, because they couldn't have that many people in there. So this year, I hope it's packed. And in Houston, y'all already know how. I don't know when the date is. Y'all already know how we're gonna do it when they come back here. Is that you? Is that the last game of the season? Whenever that is. But I can't wait. I can't wait to that game. Yeah, when they come back. When they come back here. But TSU, they won. Proud of them. It just seemed like to me, just watching the way coach. He just seemed like I was explaining earlier. He just painted a different He seemed like he have an empty canvas every game, and he paint a different portrait. The coach, he paint a different picture every game. Me watching these games up close, the substitution patterns change. If you sit up there and think you got him, you sit up here and think you done scouted him. You didn't sit up here and scouted and scouted. Coach is unique, man. I just being around him and watching him, he paints a different picture every single game. We win the games this way sometimes. We win the games this way sometimes. We win the game this way. We use this player. He took a player out last night. I said, why is he taking him out? Shit, then I figured out. Smart move, coach. I'm glad you took him out. So it's just, he just, March the 9th? Damn. Oh, that's down there. That's March Madness time. Okay. Uh-oh.
That's the state tournament.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm going to be. Yeah.
No. March the 9th.
I don't know when the state tournament is.
Yeah, that is.
I don't even know when the state tournament is.
March the 9th should be the conference tournament. The March Madness start on the 15th. What's March 9th?
I don't know. You got to remember this. Kevin Freitman wrote that. So, Jimmy, go look it up yourself. Kevin Freitman wrote that. You know he don't.
The conference tournament, March Madness that always starts during the spring icebreaker. Spring icebreaker is March 15th through the 17th. So it's always pretty much been the first that Thursday before is always.
But it's probably our last game of the season.
But then when is your conference? If the following weekend,
it is March 9th. He know what he's talking about. Oh, it starts on. It starts on March 13th. It starts on March 8th. The camera started on March 13th. Birmingham, Alabama. You're right, Freight. My bad, Freight. Yeah.
So when is March Madness start? Look that up. What day is March Madness? Is it on that?
It have to stop because
Monday.
Doing that, it's got to end after this weekend.
That Monday. So selection is on that Sunday. So it's going back a week. It's back.
So it let all of them. Everybody play their tournaments, and then they select.
So on that Sunday after the spring icebreaker, that's March 17th. Must be selection. No, because they got to
March 19th.
Yeah,
they pushed stuff back. Conference tournaments with
that's Tuesday. They start playing on Tuesday. That's right.
Break.
That's right. They start playing on Tuesday. So that's right. They just moved it back a week. That's what they do. So that means selection Sunday is on that 17th at about 5 p.m. And then people got one day they'll start traveling on that next day. Everybody got their bags packed. Just don't know where you're going. That's all. You know what I'm saying? That sounds right. And then that's why most people kind of know the region. For some people can have an idea. Some people do. They get an inside tip. And especially if you're a top seeds automatically know. They start. You pretty much got an idea if you're a top seed. That's why top seeds are so important. But yeah, that's going to be a good thing. I'm glad to see The only bad thing about TSU or Prairie View is going to take the L. It's going to be one step back for one of them, but it's giving the tiebreaker over each other. Grambling and Southern, when they come to downtown, will be pivotal because TSU and Prairie View will have the opportunity to to get a double to put a Texas two-step on those Louisiana schools and gain and neutralize
At
any of the
home this time. Yeah.
losses that they had before. So that's what that does. Now, meanwhile, you got man, I got a chance to see some of the action with University of Houston and University of Texas double overtime.
Yeah.
Man, that was now the first thing that come to my
It
mind
was double over. I thought just one overtime.
just one overtime.
Yeah.
Let, us see. Let's see.
Yeah. It happened one overtime.
Let's see. I was looking at some of the. Let me see. Top 25. Let's
Yeah, it's
go and
just
look.
one.
Yeah, one overtime.
Yeah.
One over. Yeah, and so I saw the end of regulation, then the other time. Okay. Yeah. So uh, that was a big win for the Cougars. In the turn to the tune of which they had 15 offensive rebounds against Texas. 4 offensive boards were by true freshman JoJo Tugler.
That boy, yeah.
And he played 20 minutes last night. He's going to be a force in that offense next season. He's going to be an option, a first through third option in that offense next season. It's going to go through JoJo Tugler. And then probably the year after that, he will probably be on some draft boards. JoJo Tugler, it's remember Terrence Arsenault comes back next year. They have Master P's son coming in. I don't expect a whole lot from him next year because
Just
I've
like
seen.
y'all didn't expect a whole lot from Jamal Shead. He wasn't the best player we ever had in this joint.
Well, Jamal Shead wasn't as heralded out of high school
That's
as.
why I said you don't. Do you expect much out? You just said you don't expect much out of this kid.
But this kid is way more heralded.
But you just said you don't expect much
I don't
out of him.
expect much out of him because I'm looking at the pattern of guards when they come out of high school into Kevin Sampson's system. He has been consistently had to break them like a mule. A guard coming
break his ass like a mule.
So that's why I don't expect him because that means his habits. Remember, he scored 70 points a couple of weeks ago in a game or 60 or whatever it was. And so in your mind, you're thinking, man, U of H need that. No. You don't even
Jimmy,
understand.
he played my sisters a mercy.
That is earned, not given. To have that type of luxury in the U of H offense is earned, not given. You're not going to walk up in there and get that many shot attempts in that offense. So, and first of all, you got to play defense like you probably never had to play in your life. It's undescribable. The movement and the conditioning that you have to be in to attain that level of aggressiveness on defense day after day. And you have to realize, guys, in this conference, the Big 12, there's a 4 or 5 star type, equivalent. Those player that's on the court. These are different style of guards from every different style you think of. Every other team has one. It's not like the other. So it ain't like you playing one short guy today, like Max, or you playing one, one sniper. You're playing one that's a ball hand, that's a facilitator. You're playing one that can go above, that can get up underneath defenses. That you playing all different styles, and you have to adjust. But I'm thankful, and I'm not thankful. I'm appreciative and proud of Jamal Shead last night.
Bad man.
Doing what they did not think that he would do. That's how you beat a scout. Don't get it twisted. The scouts went out the window. The game went to overtime. It was anybody's game. Jamal Shead just was balling last night in a night where LJ Cryer was subpar from the field, from shooting the ball on the offensive end. Right? So that was the thing. When I say subpar, 5 for 17. 2 for 9 3-point. That was LJ Cryer. So somebody had to pick up for their brother and be their brother's keeper. And last night it was Jamal Shead. He was spectacular. Also had 8 rebounds and no other player from University of Houston had more rebounds than Jamal Shead last night. And let you know how he was all over that floor getting it done. Shout out to them. Also, um, what else happened last night? I was looking at the SWAC scores when I pull up that box score. I saw some of the SWAC scores out. See, old Jackson State almost got Florida A&M last night, man.
Almost. They got beat. Florida A&M ain't got that hot.
That's right. They done fell off, huh?
Yeah.
I thought Florida A&M had something. No,
No.
they ain't got.
Yeah, they went down there, but Jimmy, at home in the SWAC, man, your butt better come to play. That's what I keep trying to tell these people, man. I'm watching it up close. If you don't come to play that day, you're gonna get beat. Especially at them other people's home.
I see the midget had double digits, man. He got to play last night.
Who?
Midget shot that thing last night from H-Town.
Yeah, you keep messing with my homeboy.
Midget shot that thing 4 for 5 from the field. He gave him that thing. He played 14 minutes. He gonna get. He said, "Shit,
that's his job. Is to get that thing and put that thing in there. That's his job.
I see. Speaking of Texas kid, Alcorn won.
Lakeisha, I thought you was gonna be at the game last night. There's a lot of people was at the game last night. Who was that at the game last night? I didn't even. If they on the show, somebody was at the game last night. Who was that at the game? I didn't even get your name, but Kevin Freeman, he was.
Hey, your little old homeboy you talked about last night on the Scout.
Which one?
34 minutes, 0 for 5 from the field, 0 points, 0 rebounds, 0 assists. Why the hell did he play that many minutes?
Come on, Isaiah Range.
Why did he play that many minutes? That comes off the score sheet. See, that's what I'm saying.
Get what?
He played 34 minutes.
Yep.
He missed every shot he took.
What I like about him, though, he didn't keep shooting.
Okay, but you didn't give me no possession.
No, he didn't keep shooting.
Rebounds.
Yep. How many?
0 rebounds.
Okay.
Listen.
But he could have kept shooting if he wanted to.
Okay, but what was you doing to stay on the floor?
I don't know. I asked Coach Matlock.
He played. No other player played more than 34 minutes. He played.
That means he's a bad. Hey, I bet you a Prairie won't say he couldn't play because he tore their ass up the night before.
Here's what that means. Here's what that means to me, especially in a loss, even though it was anybody's game. Mm-hmm. That means this dude can play that bad productively, according to the stat line, that bad, and the backup is not thought of to even spell him for more than 6 minutes.
That's like LeBron have a bad game. He just had a bad game.
Yeah, but it's more than
all I ask you, go ask TSU about it. Go ask Prairie View about it. I bet they won't say it. He could play. Hold on, let me go find that one for you. Since you want to pull that one up. Isaiah Range, man. I'm glad. Jimmy, the Scout was, hold up. If you was listening to my show, I said, we got to do everything we can to neutralize Isaiah Range and TJ. And we did both of them. That was two of Robert Rowe rules. And guess what? We did both of them. One of them shot about 19 shots, 17 points. He was terrible. Even LaMadlock, polar thing. Hey, he just had good defense put on him, man. What you think? We just gonna let people come in here? You must don't know about TSU, man. I just said you must don't know about TSU.
And I see Prairie View picked up a win as well, so that's good thing for PV on this swing. So both of y'all got the sweep. TSU and Prairie View, did they both sweep?
I don't keep up with now Prairie View got beat by Arizona State. They got Isaiah Range tore their ass up. What did you say? You ain't listening.
Okay.
What Range have on them? Hold on. Let's go find Range on them.
Man, Javante
Oh,
Hopkins did
Reigns
not.
didn't score on them either. He
So
didn't
yeah,
have but 6 points, but Matlock had 30 on his. Oh my God, 10 for 17 and 10 for 13 from the line. Reigns didn't have to. Reigns just had 6 points. Oh
man,
yeah, huh?
Javante Hopkins.
Oh yeah.
I think he went to Travis High School. He starts for Prairie View, and he played all 40 minutes last night.
For
He
who?
did not for Prairie View.
See, I got to study up on them.
He scored 31 points. He had 5 rebounds and 3 steals and 40 minutes, 11 for 20 from the field. Javante Hopkins was definitely a difference maker. Orlando Harden Jr., 32
Oh,
minutes.
you talking about the game last night?
Yeah,
Oh,
32
okay.
minutes. Orlando Harden Jr. had 20 points, 8 for 14 from the field. Didn't take but one 3-point attempt. He had all 3 of his free throws. Uh, he did have 5 turnovers. That would drive a coach crazy. That's part of the reason the difference between him playing 32 minutes
Jimmy, he's
and
just getting
possibly.
knocked down a lot. But he'll be stronger next year. He just can't. He can't. He's moving his feet a little too fast, and
A
and
little,
and, and, and he'll lose his and then some of them turnovers too, Jimmy. I'm trying to see. Oh, they don't give that to him. They give them
wow.
to yeah. What you saw? Wow, what the wow at?
Chris Felix
He don't have
must
to
be in
play
that
no more.
doghouse. He
Yeah.
played 2 minutes. He must be in the doghouse right now. 2 minutes in a win. You know? So
Why you whistle?
Emmanuel Harris got his first start for Prairie View. I think he went to George Ranch High School. 15 minutes, had 3 rebounds. He started. So once again, Prairie View has put together a starting 5, whereas all 5 attended a high school from Houston.
Brian Miles. I remember that
He
name.
went to Madison High School, then went to Legacy, the school
That's
of.
where I remember him from. He all
Remember,
right.
Prairie View was the only offer that he had when he was at Madison.
Mm-hmm.
He could have committed to
I
Prairie
like him.
View when he was at Madison. He went over there went to greener grass, and his stock didn't go up to attract the level of coaches what he wanted, and he ended up selling or just making a smart move and committing and signing with Prairie View. So, and he played a little bit as a freshman. So he has if I'm not mistaken, Miles has a 1, possibly 2 more years to
Like my,
go.
I liked him too.
Well, he's going to be a force. He's going to probably be a preseason all SWAC projection next season. And while averaging damn near a double this season, I think he's like 10 points, 8 rebounds a game for Brian Miles. Shout out to him. Other than that, man, you have high school action this evening around the area. And as consistently always, we posted the top 10 games to see around the area. You guys can go and check that out, along with my projections of how many points each team will win or lose by. Um, so that's going to be a cool thing. You check it out. There's, like I said, a lot of games on tap. We got some high school transfer portal news in the VIP news on that website. We have updated spring icebreaker info on the front of rcssports.com. That is the website, RCS, then the word sports.com. You can go reserve your slots now at that time of the year. The middle school city championship, which we basically take the champion and all the runners up from each district in the area, and they all go up under one roof to determine who's truly has the number one middle school in the area. We have an 8th grade A division, 8th grade B division, 7th grade A division, and we still might have the seventh grade B division if we get enough teams. The seventh grade B is the hardest to fill. But we are at capacity with the eighth grade A division as we speak. We're at capacity. Now, here's what happens. If a team that gets in after today, they would need to submit payment. That means it's guaranteeing that one of the teams that's already reserved will get bumped off the plane. And that's how it goes. So if you reserved your spot and we didn't remember, we're not requiring any money until February the 1st, after February the 1st. But we didn't know we would be filled up with all of the slots by now as well. We're at capacity for the eighth grade A division. That was one school that's supposed to get in. Talked to the coach this morning. Coach, you messing around? What I strongly suggest you do, you're gonna write a check, post-dated check. That way, at least we got something on the board. And you're gonna put a deposit down. But this thing is filled with teams that have not lost a game all season. That'd be so fun. See those young people come up in there. They're feeling good with their winning ways, and to play that first game and get a 20 piece or a 40 piece put on them. That it's something that it's not funny, but it's realistic. It means let people know your good ain't always good enough. And that's how this tournament goes. At the end of the day, there will only be one team standing. That tournament takes place February the 17th and the 18th. And we are moving the location to go back to MacArthur High School, where it was last year. We're going to go back to MacArthur High School and keep that intimate setting. It's easier for people don't have to get in their cars to play from one site to the other because you're simply walking across a non-busy street to get from one gym to the next. So it's easier, it's better. They got a brand new score clock in the auxiliary gym at MacArthur, which helps, which is cool, because they had to use that tabletop for in past decade or so. So that gives refreshing ambiance to that auxiliary court. Once again, middle school city championship. You can check out the list of teams by going to the RCS Sports app. Go to that app, and that's where you can get your list of teams. Also, that was breaking news that came out yesterday. It's unfortunate, sad, but it's news. And if we're gonna mention one kid, we gonna mention all if they come by up on our umbrella. There was a young man that had made all state in basketball. All state. 2 years he was selected to the all state team. 6'6" or so. And he was a basketball star. His team, he led his team in scoring one year and went on to college, where he was a freshman this year. This young man was among 3 individuals who were arrested in Mississippi, Richland, Mississippi, for allegedly, according to the news station, this is according to WLBT News, that these 3 teenagers were arrested, and they say that accusing them of burglarizing over 37 vehicles and over they were broken into, and they stole the CPC modules. That's called a computer powertrain control. So these CPC modules must be the new. Back in the old days, guys stole T-tops. So that must be the new, the new T-tops is the CPC, I guess. 37 cars. 37 cars. Right? And So they were arrested, and this young man is Kenneth Lewis, who graduated from Booker T. Washington High School. What made me think about it was talking, I was thinking about the middle school city championships that was going to, be at C.E. King High School, and that's where Kenneth Lewis started at. And that was another one of these young men that was arrested with him that also went to C.E. King High School. So Kenneth Lewis, and I tell you, young men, you're not going to be the first. You're not going to be the last. Probably at whatever you're doing. But at some point, you can see the traits, or you can see, how would you say it, signs of some of these young men. I'm not saying I saw signs of him being a car part thief, but you can tell if a kid ain't on the straight and narrow, or ain't doing what he's supposed to be doing. And a lot of people and kids will be the last to understand. Some parents will be the last to understand, because you're looking dead at your kid's heart and not their actions. That's why a guy like John Lucas he has a God-given gift, of course, as a lifelong recoverer, to where he can look at a kid, and as many of you guys can for certain things, and he can tell after just talking with him and saying, "Hello, how you doing? What's your name?" He can tell if that kid is with about a 99% accuracy if that kid is on dope to some form of fashion, or on a controlled substance. He can tell. Some of you weed smokers out there, you can look at a kid, you can say, "Hello, how you doing?" and you can tell if that kid might be a weed smoker. So many of you can. Many of you guys, if you been on the streets before and you've been ganged up, you could look at a kid and you can tell if you're paying attention. You can tell if a kid is showing signs of being ganged up. Remember, guys used to have been throwing gang signs on basketball courts. It just so happened in recent years that people started to alert white folk what a lot of these black kids were doing. Somebody gave the code up. They been throwing signs. In case you haven't paying attention, you just didn't know what they were. So people know. My thing is, what I suggest is, parents, guys, go and ask some of these guys, "Hey man, I know I know you might smoke, know you can tell. You think this kid over there smoking? Let this ask just to do it, just to check. Hey man, you think that kid over there drink? I could tell a drinker. If I talk to him a little while, I can tell a drinker. I can tell a drinker by how some folk hold their glass or their cup. I can tell a drinker. A drinker can tell a drinker. A robber can tell another robber. A jacker can tell who has jacker capabilities. If you looking at him, penny, oh, that don't look good right there. You can tell. A smoker can tell a smoker. A sniffer can certainly tell other sniffers. So I would think you would, grown folk again, how we can solve and get better. Try to get some people to give you an assessment of your kids from a different angle in the room. Otherwise, by the time you find out, it could be too late. Your kids may be addicted at that point. That ain't what you want. That ain't what you want. That ain't what nobody wants. So take that on, and Man, this is sad. This young man, he had a chance, man. Prairie View offered this kid a scholarship, man. He had committed to Prairie View. The Kenneth Lewis kid. He committed. Say, I'm gonna open it up, man. I can do better than Prairie View. Now your ass gonna get 1 hour a day to go and play on the rec with a rubber ass orange ball while rolling your jumpsuit halfway down and rolling the legs halfway up. It's unbelievable, man. Unbelievable. Every year it's a different kid. That's why I say the strength in numbers, law of averages. But you think about the kids, and I tell people all the time, jails are filled with former high school football, basketball, track stars. They are filled with them. When you go in, chances are there's gonna be some kid that's gonna be sitting in that cell or that tank. And they're gonna see Kenneth Lewis. And they're gonna get to talking. Guy gonna give him some coffee. And they talk, sit over in the corner at a table. Kid might put some cough drops in the coffee. I mean, they're talking, they call it riding. It's like riding in the car. That's the slang for that. They're gonna ride. And that kid gonna probably say, man, I remember you. You played for the Houston Defenders. Yeah, man, we played y'all in so-and-so. And they go now, and that's my point is, it ain't nowhere you can go. There's gonna be somebody just like you. If you mess around and get in them handcuffs, and there's gonna be somebody that's going to know you for better or for worse. Y'all let me know whenever the young man, if he made bond, or I'm sorry, when he get a bond, because as stupid as they crime, all crimes are stupid when you get caught, but to go up and take your ass in that part of Mississippi, life is a lot harder in that part. That ain't Jackson. Hell, it's hard in Jackson. Hell, they were burying people outside the jailhouse in Jackson. The police allegedly were. Damn. But anyway, like I say, let me know when they set a bond for him. And even though it's you got to realize the thing about that kind of case is that's related to stealing. So people will hire. There's still some job opportunities that certain people can still forgive and still bring you on. But stealing is one of those types of crimes that a lot of people are really reluctant in life if they find out you're a thief. And that's just the truth of the matter. They have to know you or think they know you to give you a shot. So that means he'll have to go through life and create his own opportunities in all likelihood. Hope like hell he doesn't have any kids. Damn. Looking and say he was still going to Prairie View next year. Been on his role, been on his role in this crime. He could get, it's 37 cases though. I would say he could get probation, but it would probably take for Byron Smith, the head coach at Prairie View, to go and do what they would call a character witness for him. Man, it's crazy. Don't get ready to get up out of here. That done took all the energy out of me. Understand something. I'm reading the last paragraph of this on this from the TV station WLBT in Mississippi. It said while the three young men are currently behind bars in Rankin County, Mississippi, they are believed to be involved in auto burglaries across the metro. If you think you are a victim, you are urged to contact the Richland Police Department and they list the number. So this means there could be even more charges against these young men. Anybody car that got broken into in the last period of days or whatnot is going to be attributed could to these young boys. Kenneth Lewis. Man. So Kevin Freeman, that's right. You're from Mississippi. So Kevin Freeman says Rankin is the equivalent to what used to be the perception that people used to and some still have of Vidor, Texas. That's what Rankin County is. Wow. They say Kevin Freeman says one of the worst jails in Mississippi. Got a couple of homeboys locked up in Rankin County. $37 counts. 37 counts. 37 different vehicles. Yeah, they're going to pin everything on them because that's going to make them confess to the ones that the initial ones, which they have pretty much a shed case on them anyway. But it'll help them save the prosecutors time from, doing a lot of typing and data entry. So for them to go and take their talents to Mississippi, I'm just curious. What college was Kenneth Lewis enrolled at right now? And there's still a chance. Like I said, there's still a chance, but that's not like it's not like your weed case. Remember, Chris Marshall is just committed to Boise State. Remember, he was caught with weed in the car up in Rusk County in East Texas last year, a few months ago. Boise State has extended a scholarship to where Chris Marshall committed, the former Thurgood Marshall High School two-sport star who went on to Texas A&M and then went to Ole Miss before landing at one of the junior colleges in Texas. And he still got a chance. Got caught with weed. Stealing is a whole different animal because that means you're putting somebody who is documented and possibly with a conviction at that point around. That means stuff can come up missing. Thank you. Walter Yates says Paris Junior College. Okay, so he wasn't going to school in Mississippi. So what would make you somebody? If I know the second young man is from Houston, they went to C King together in the 9th grade or something like that. I don't know where the third young man is from. What's the connection to out of all the towns and out of all the white country towns to drive your ass through? What made them go all the way to Mississippi? That's what I'm wondering. Dealerships are dealerships. They pretty much have the same security measures in place at mostly all of them. Vehicles are vehicles on the lot. What made them go all the way to Mississippi? You just said the hell. You skipped right over Louisiana. Mississippi. Oh, Richland. They say Richland is 5 hours from Paris, Texas. And thank you, Sonia. You know, another thing about weed that's in Chris Marshall's case, because weed is legal in half the country now, and the Fifth Circuit has essentially stated that low cost of weed.
Jim Hicks, Rob Hatter, you are now tuned in to the Chop Shop. I'm Retro. Let's get it. We in the Chop Shop, we live in the Chop Shop. We talking sports talk, we live in the Chop Shop. We in the Chop Shop, I'm talking sports talk. So turn your dials up, it's live in the Chop Shop. We in the Chop Shop, we live.